Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I want to talk about mini splits and why there's some positive things for them and why you might want to not consider them. And I want to go over quite a few things, so you might want to get your notes and take these things down. One of the things I like about a mini split system is that you can actually install them in stages. And a lot of people are worried about cost to build. How can I get something more affordable? Well, this is one of the ways you can do that. With a simple forced air system, you've got to really have the whole system built and installed in order to move forward with the home. With a mini split, you don't. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a little bit. But a mini split uses a condenser on the outside and evaporators and a coil system. And basically, there's about that much space for each unit that you put inside the house, which heats and cools that particular room, rather than a duct system that can be 6, 8, 10, 12, 24 inches or even a lot of different variable sizes. The other advantage is that I don't have to worry about a return air. A return air is one of the biggest issues in homes because it takes up a huge amount of space, and where are you going to put that inside the frame structure? And you have to have it as center in the home as possible, and that's also a framing issue. If you've gone into homes where you've got to drop the ductwork or drop it inside the home, and you see this ductwork, that's not very pleasing. It affects your architectural design. You see a lot of stuff on the homes up here. There's a next door here where they've got a unit on the roof. Again, very inefficient. This here is a lot more efficient than that is up on the roof. So there's a lot of pluses. What I want to do is I want to take you inside and look and show you some of the units and how they're connected to this outside unit. We'll come back out this way. Okay, we're upstairs in the bonus room, and the bonus room is an area that rarely gets used a lot, but it's a fun room. It's kind of a room that's typically over a garage or someplace like that. These work great for a mini split system, and you see that we've got one here in the ceiling, and this one here is a ceiling mount, which I like. It's a cassette system, so it's really flush with the ceiling. You don't have the bulky system hanging on a wall. And when these are put in, they're typically about that high up above the rafters, so they have to go between the rafters. These were actually attic trusses in here, and it fit just perfectly right between the attic trusses. You can pull it down, pull out the grate, wash it off, clean it off, put it back in, so you don't have a filter. It's a filter, but it's a washable filter. They pull out really easily. The advantage that I like is that they were easy to install, and when I use this home, I can shut this whole room off. I don't have to use this room, and I don't have to keep it cool or keep it heated. I can turn it on, turn it off anytime I want. I did that in all the rooms upstairs. I actually have a cassette system, so I have a spare bedroom here that I didn't need to heat all the time, and I like to keep my room colder at night than other people do. And that's the real advantage, is that you can have zone heating and zone cooling, and in ways you really can't have with a lot of forced air. You can with forced air, but this here is more efficient on the system because the condenser outside is dialing up and dialing down based upon the needs of that particular room. So it's a lot more efficient on the use of energy than a whole forced air system. Now, you can be very dynamic with a forced air system, but as far as affordability and getting something on a staged structure like I like, this is the best way to go. There's other rooms. Let's go outside, and I want to take you to another job where it became very imperative that they have a split system, and I'll talk about why it's really imperative in some situations. Okay, we're just down the street from the job I was just at. This is a build I did some time ago. I actually talked about insulation in this job. This has a shop with some living space up above. And so it made it very, very convenient to have a split system for upstairs and downstairs. And I'll explain. This is a shop, and the shop gets hot because this here is a conveyor belt dryer. And it's got a vent going all the way out to the window there, and it gets hot. So during the winter, we don't need to heat this room. In fact, the whole place is really, really comfortable for the most part during the winter. It's during the summer that they need to have this cooling system. So we have a wall mount here, and then these condensers outside on the other side of the wall, just out there. So it allowed for the upstairs to be a different temperature. He's got it at 65 in here because it gets cold, and he's got it at 70 something upstairs. So you can actually control those temperatures separately on the same condenser system. Again, easy to install, and you can do it in stages. If this was a much bigger complex, he could have 4 or 5 units that he can install later if he wanted to, save money, and have those line sets brought right through the frame structure, right through the home, and punched out, and they can install those later at another time. So again, you can save some money. You can do it in stages. I'm a big advocate for building and designing and constructing your home in stages so that you can cut down on your initial upfront costs and not have a huge mortgage down the road. Maybe you can cash flow some of these additional units later on. So again, mini splits are really popular right now. They've come a long way. In very dry climates, they're good, and very humid climates, they're very good. They're very efficient. So if you're looking for a way to just kind of do it in stages, do it in bits and pieces, where you really want to shut off rooms and not have this room heated and not have that room heated, and shut down some of the whole house, mini splits are kind of a way to go.